day to you and welcome to this week's edition of our weekly news roundup on Africa Today News New York. My name is Favor Aham and these are the stories that made talking points for us in the week that just ended. On Monday, we reported that the president of Nigeria, Bola Tinubu, reminded the newly inaugurated ministers that the hopes and aspirations of 200 million fellow Nigerians is currently resting on their daily actions, while firmly warning that he would not condone poor performance from any of them. On the same day, we brought you the reports that a private warehouse in the Kwanzaa area of Yenagoa, Bayelsa State capital, used by the state government to store foodstuffs and other materials, were invaded by some residents of the state capital who stole food items and other things. We reported that the items included bags of rice and gari, as well as cartons of noodles and bottled water that was said to be a part of the relief materials donated by some concerned Nigerians during the 2022 flood in the state. Still on Monday, we brought you the reports that human rights activist and lawyer Professor Mike Ozekome, SAN, came out to allege that the Nigerian Navy, traditional rulers, the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC, and others were complicit in the ongoing theft of crude oil in Nigeria. On Tuesday, we brought you the reports that against the backdrop of a backlash from Nigerians over the non-release of President Bola Tinubu's academic records, the Chicago State University CSU came under intense fire and were forced to lock their official X, also known as Twitter, account. The school also locked the comment sections of its LinkedIn and Facebook pages after Nigerians blasted and questioned how President Tinubu obtained a degree in the institution. Still on the same day, we reported that the regional presidents of the Spanish Football Federation finally suspended Chief Luis Rubiales to resign following the controversies that were stirred up after he forcibly kissed Women's World Cup player Jenny Hermoso on the lips, sparking worldwide outrage. Meanwhile, on Wednesday, we brought you the reports that Africans were stunned after army officers appeared on national television in Gabon to announce that they have taken over power in the Central African country. The soldiers who introduced themselves as members of the CTRI, which is the Committee of Transition and Restoration of Institutions, said they had decided to defend peace by putting an end to the regime in power. We also brought you reports that the international community expressed grave concern and deplored the soaring wave of military coup in Africa, as Gabon became the seventh African country to fall to a military coup in less than 3 years. On the same day, we reported that the Minister of Federal Capital Territory, FCT, and the immediate former governor of Rivers State, Nyesom Wike, got many Nigerians talking after he dared the leadership of his party, the People's Democratic Party PDP, to suspend or discipline him and see what will happen. The ex-governor said he informed the PDP leadership before he took the ministerial offer of President Bola Tinubu of the ruling All Progressives Congress, APC. On Thursday, we informed you that Cameroonian President Paul Biya effected certain drastic changes to the Central African country's Ministry of Defense, while the Rwandan Defense Force, the RDF, also on the same day confirmed the retirement of 12 generals and others in a move to reshuffle the military. Both actions came on the heels of the Gabon coup, the most recent in a string of military overthrows in Africa. On the same day, we reported that the Office of the Attorney General of New York got many Americans talking when it came out to claim that former President of the United States, Donald Trump, has been inflating his net worth by more than $2 billion, which a court filing has shown. Still on Thursday, we reported that the White House sent a strong warning to North Korea against selling ammunition to Russia to use in the ongoing war in Ukraine, as tensions between Pyongyang and Washington continue to heighten. On Friday, we informed you that the Nigerian Labour Congress, the NLC, announced that it has concluded plans to commence a 2-day warning strike on Tuesday, the 6th of September 2023, in preparation for a total shutdown, which will commence in 21 days over the present hardship workers were facing across the country. On the same day, we reported that Nigeria's former Vice President, Atiku Abubakar, also a presidential candidate in the last concluded general elections, came out to express confidence that the People's Democratic Party is set to return even stronger, promising Nigerians a government that will be highly responsive. He made this known on the 25th anniversary of the formation of the former ruling party, the PDP. Still on Friday, we reported that Elon Musk finally lifted a ban on political advertorials put in place at Twitter to thwart misinformation before the billionaire bought the platform now called X. X said in a blog post that allowing political advertorials starting in the United States was building on its commitment to free expression. Finally, on Saturday, we brought to you the report that Gabon's main opposition candidate in the disputed 26th August presidential election, Albert Ondo Osa, shocked many when he came out to claim victory in the election while brushing aside Wednesday's coup in the oil-rich Central African country as a disappointment and family affair. We also told you on the same day that the Anambra State government, in the form of the state's governor Chukwuma Soludo, came out to claim that President Bola Tinubu actually inherited an economy from the past administration that can be likened to a dead horse standing. The former governor of the Central Bank of Nigeria, the CBN, pointed out the previous administration printed over 22 trillion naira and put it back into the system without any good backing. Lastly, we informed you that controversial Grammy-winning Nigerian singer Damini Ebunoluwa Ogulu, popularly known as Burna Boy, made history as the first ever African artist to secure a UK #1 album with the album I Told Them. Now, that's the size of our package for this week's edition of our weekly news roundup on Africa Today News New York. My name is Favor Aham. Thank you so much for watching.